Riders on the storm. I know which one you're getting at there, Halakar. Good evening, chaps. Good evening. Nice to see people here already. People diving in. That's really, really good to see. Hello, Iman. How are you? I know we've been chatting for the last 10, 15 minutes backstage, but hello anyway. Hello. Hello again.
Hello.
Wavy, 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 wavy. And where's chat? Here we are. So we have Stuart Piglet and Halakar, and we have Mr. Baker and Daniel Kearney, and there's Ralph. And Ralph has just joined the Discord. And there's
was that
Andy.
him?
Yes, I believe so. I don't know many people called Ralph.
Oh wait, no, that must be someone else that I just waved to.
Yeah, there's two people have joined the Discord tonight, and I'm sure Ralph is one of them.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Ralph,
Yeah.
I've just waved at you.
I've got a beer. Yes, I worked out it. Ralph is not a common username, so I worked out it was it. Mercurius is off already.
Here he is again.
Here he is again. There we go. There we go. What's it like down in Oz? What's it like?
Must
How you
be
feeling?
bloody freezing.
Is it ever really cold in Australia? I doubt it. But
Cold,
what's cold for you? What you're in Queensland, right? So what is cold in Queensland? 20 degrees? 15 degrees? I know it's early
Celsius,
morning,
don't they?
I think they do, yeah. I know it's early morning where you are, so we're talking.
I think he's 10 hours behind us, if I remember.
No, he's 9 or 10 hours ahead.
Yeah, sorry, the other way. Yeah.
So it's 7, 8 a.m., something like that. But,
So while we're waiting for people to join, do you want to tell chat what you've done to yourself?
I'm sure they know. Hello, you're wrong. Australia was pretty cold when England abandoned those prisoners there. Yeah, 6:40. Oh, what? Right, Mercurius. What the hell are you doing up and about and listening to me talk shit at 6:48 a.m. on a Saturday morning?
This is probably how he starts his weekends, you know.
Oh,
there's plenty of worse ways to start.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ralph's just joined, so he doesn't know what's been going on. If you scroll up a little bit in general chat, Ralph, you'll see a link to a poll on YouTube.
Yeah. If you've not voted in my poll on YouTube, please do so. I was sat there at work today. It was really quiet in the morning. Hello, Jeb. Up at 4 a.m. Oh, the only way I'm ever up at 4 a.m. is if I've stayed up, or if the wife is snoring. Just making sure she can't hear. Good evening, Daniel. How are you, Daniel?
Oh, there's Dan.
He's here.
Mercurius is hiding him as usual.
Yes. Yeah, it was Mercurius. So Dungeon Minister has got one of the memberships. Who got the other ones?
I can check. So we have Dungeon Minister, James S, Todd Clark, Jasmine, and Eagle Rider.
Eagle Rider, we know Eagle Rider. She's actually been on the Wednesday night stream before. James S has been in and out of chat from time to time. I don't think I know the others.
Todd Clark and Jasmine. I feel like I might have seen Todd Clark somewhere.
I don't know. So, yes. It was quiet at work this morning, so I thought, I'm going to think about something. Something different to do with the channel towards autumn sort of time. And I thought, well, there's certain D&D modules that I started off by reviewing D&D modules. That's the way I started this channel, and I ran out of modules to review, but there's always some that I run down, and I thought back and thought, how many have I actually reviewed badly? And it's not that many, because I tend to avoid running the ones that I don't like, for obvious reasons. If you read something, you don't like it, you put it to one side, you forget about it. So I thought, what are I picked out 3 that are generally regarded as being utterly woeful, and one that a lot of people like, but I don't. And put up a poll and said, which of these do you think I should try and run? And unsurprisingly, S3 Expedition to the Barrier Peaks is way ahead in the poll. That's the one that everybody likes. A lot of people like, apart from me, because it's sci-fi.
That means it stands for sci-fi and 3 stiff drinks for John.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm going to have to prepare and run Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, which is an absolute ball ache of a module to prepare. It's really, really intricate and complicated. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you. Yeah, I almost wish people had. Forest Oracle took an early lead in the poll, and I almost wish people had stuck with that, because at least it's easy. At least it's really easy.
I just wanted to see Yogg squirm, to be honest. So,
I mean, Forest Oracle is utter horseshit, but it's simple, easy to run horseshit. Because my plan is not to change the adventures. I need to run them pretty much as is to be able to get.
So you're running rules as written.
I won't be running the game entirely rules as written, because I'll be running it online for you lot. So just to make it smoother, make it easier. But I'll be running the module as presented, because that's the way I get.
Got a good idea.
Yeah, the thing is, I like the idea of Slan making good maps for it, but I need to run it as it was originally presented to be able to review it properly, not how it's been adapted, how it's been adjusted. So if I'm going to go out there and do a proper review video on it, I can't do it on an amended version. I have to do I'm quite picky with my reviews. I will only review things I've played, and I will always try and run it authentically at least once without making too many changes. So that's the thing. So if I was going to run Forest Oracle, those encounters that make no sense, I'd have to run them as is.
Even if
they would
make
still
no
make
sense.
No sense.
Yeah.
They'd still make no sense. I mean, review and say why I made changes. Yeah, maybe.
I think if you were doing it organically, like as and when you come across something and you say, "Oh, this makes no fucking sense. I'm just going to do this instead."
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to like plan out what you need to change. You just come across it and go, "Oh, fuck this."
I don't know the Fallen Lands series, but no, to be honest, I can see why people like Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, because it is a traditional, old-school dungeon crawl in a completely different environment, and a lot of people came into D&D with a lot of love for sci-fi. I just never had that love for sci-fi, so the crossover doesn't appeal. And there's a lot of Gygax has put a lot of work into it. There's a lot of imagination gone into it. It's a special. Indeed, it is a special. It's just it never sparked me because of the sci-fi elements. So I need to give it a chance, see how it plays. Whereas I think the Forest Oracle will be a game for comedy value. It could only be comedy value because it is. I've read the Forest Oracle from start to finish twice, I've dissected the first half of the module completely, trying to make some sense out of it, and just thought, well, why bother doing this when I've got so many other modules of that sort of level that I could run instead? So
Mercurius.
Sci-fi is my problem. It isn't. I don't think it's so much sci-fi as it's all the techno babble that goes with it. It really, all the techno, all the talking about whatever type of blaster, phaser, photon,
Oh,
whatever.
the future style weaponry.
Future style weapon. I just don't have any interest in it.
You prefer your old school, like
Yes.
maces, axes, swords, that
Oh,
sort of.
yeah. A nice golden dag or something like that. Yeah.
So what's S3 then? If it's like sci-fi mixed with D&D, how does that work?
I'm not. You're going to be playing in it. I'm not going to tell you. Just know it's sci-fi.
Yeah, but is it like laser blasters on Earth? Or
I'm not going to tell you.
D&D in space?
I'm going to make you some D&D characters, and hopefully have 4 or 5 people, and send them into it, and see how long you last.
All right, I morally claim that mine should be called Stony.
Okay. I am a polearm pedant. Yes, because those polearm names mean something, and they all have a purpose, and they had historical uses. And I love history because I'm a nerd.
Dirty history and hobbies would agree with you, I'm sure.
Yes. And I still to this day wonder why the poleaxe wasn't in D&D. The proper poleaxe.
No, I'm doing it on purpose, Andy. I'm trying to frustrate.
David Earspoon, what a great name.
I'm just trying to piss him off by mixing sci-fi with D&D as much as possible before I end up like actually playing in the session and he ends up murdering me.
You're wrong. You should have played in our Shadow of the Demon Lord game a year or 2 ago when me, General Nut, and Gingerbeard drove Saxius absolutely mad because we played goblins and he wasn't ready for it. He really wasn't ready for it. All 3 of us were goblins, and we lent into it with absolutely everything we'd got and played off each other, and it was just carnage, absolute carnage.
Is this the one where you ran around the barn with your tongue?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
When I licked the barn to take ownership of it, yes, and proclaim myself king, and married Granny Herpes, who was the queen of the barn.
Man, it's my barn.
It's my barn now. I've got splinters in my tongue. Yes.
Is Dan there?
I think he is now.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
I wasn't going to mention the men's parts sleeping bag. But that was a General Nut thing.
I like how you phrased that more politically correctly.
I did.
Halakar being a nuisance because he's not on camera.
He is. He was really. He made a really sensible comment on my poll today. That's just so non-Halakar.
I read it. I thought, is he feeling all right?
Right. Anyway, how are you doing, Daniel? How are you doing?
Doing all right. How about you guys?
I'm fine. I have a beverage. Cheers, Daniel. Cheers.
Yeah, not too bad.
Same to you. I play a game on my phone and on a tablet. They did an update yesterday morning, and it totally screwed up the game.
What game is it?
Walking Dead: No Man's Land. And
Oh, I know that one. I've not played it, but I know the one you mean.
I've been playing it for 3+ years, and I have several house payments invested into this game.
Oh God!
Really frustrating. So yeah. Other than that, everything else is good.
Are you playing Kelsey tonight, or someone else doing dinner?
No, I already made dinner. I started it early.
What is it tonight?
Tonight was ravioli lasagna with pepperoni and garlic onion peas.
Ravioli lasagna. How does that work?
Well, rather than go through the pain in the ass of making the lasagna noodles,
Okay.
you just put down a layer of raviolis,
Right. I get you.
a layer of whatever meat, and then a layer of cheese, and just do that. It's a lot easier than dinking around with all the lasagna noodles.
Just let you know how the votes are going at the moment for the modules. 55 votes, 15% have voted for Red Sonja, 15% have voted for Castle Greyhawk, 25% have voted for Forest Oracle, and 45% have voted for Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. I think
Oh,
that's
it's
the winner.
gone down.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
vote. I'm gonna vote for Conan Unchained.
it's not offered. It's not an offer.
Oh, okay.
It's Red
There's only
Sonja
4 choices.
Unconquered, which is the really linear one from the series.
Well, that's probably just as bad. So
It's worse. It's worse.
Halakar's explained himself. He said that was a serious poll. This is Friday night tomfoolery.
I like zombies if I'm playing the necromancer that's raised them, and they are the zombies. My necromancer used to delight in isolating a few guards, killing them, raising them as zombies, and then sending them against their former friends.
That sounds fun.
Yes, especially if I'd killed them by melting their faces with some acid spells of some sort.
Just to give him the zombie look.
Yeah,
I once
You have too much skin.
ran a keep on the Borderlands, and the group abandoned one of the fighters in the temple. So I had him come back. Oh, I don't think it was a revenant. I can't remember what the name of the undead was, but the only way to kill him was to chop his head off. But the whatever undead it was retained all the abilities of the person it had. So the guy was dual wielding broadswords, and every time they went into the temple, he would just literally kick their butt. They finally figured out they had to decapitate him.
My necromancer. Yes, this was the early days of 5e, so I was playing 5th edition, so I was using the cantrips. And my favourite cantrip that I used to use was prestidigitation, which is meant to just give little environmental effects.
Mm-hmm.
But I had some ideas with it, and I had a really good DM at the time who let me run with it, as long as I didn't keep using the same ideas over and over.
Okay.
I killed one guy by getting a vial of acid. And one thing prestidigitation can do is it can change flavors and smells, create flavors and smells. So
Yeah.
I made it taste like beer. And I handed him this vial of acid. I went, cheers, have a beer on
so
me.
he drank it thinking...
Yep. Also,
he
we were
drank
attacked.
acid.
Yeah. We were dropped in a pool full of sharks, and I created the taste of blood in the water. In the center of the shoal of sharks that was about to attack us. Sharks smell blood. They taste blood in the water, don't they?
Yep. No, that's
They
a
can
good
smell
idea.
it from up to X amount of miles away, can't they?
Yeah. So what do
Like,
they do? They all
no,
converge
yeah.
on the taste of blood and start tearing each other to bits.
Yeah, it's like 1 part per million or something like that. It's pretty insane.
And we got out.
Cool.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. I love using that spell, but I mean, that was when we were playing low level 5e before all the nonsense. And before I discovered how much it falls apart, and decided to bin it all together. Anyway, we have a book to play. We have a book to finish.
We do. Where did we get up to? We were running away from people, right? Or
I
something.
made a short video about you turning beer into water, didn't I, Andy? Andy's the subject of one of the shorts I did at the expo because he'd gone for a wee. So it was one of the old man things one when I filmed his chair. Okay, I've got here at 221 going to 336.
I vaguely remember we like stepped through a portal of some sort.
Yeah. I will warn you now, I've had some new glasses, but because of the amount of range I need on the varifocals now, the bit at the bottom isn't giving me enough zooming in to be able to continually read close up. I've got some prescription readers coming next week
Oh,
that I
okay.
have to use for reading. So if I start squinting and my eyes start playing up, you know why.
So now you need 2 different pairs of glasses for
I
different
do, yeah,
things.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Well, if I start squinting, you know why.
Yeah. It's Jack and Daniels or Smir and Knopf.
It's either rum and vodka or Jack. Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
Right. This is where we were. Emerging from a bank of cloud on the skyline, you see a flying ship. It's a small craft, no bigger than a Unaram river barge, with 2 triangular sails swept back either side of its curving prow. In the fading twilight, you can make out a long pennant that flutters from its mast. A faint humming matches your ears. Your first reaction is one of disbelief. What you are seeing must be a trick of the light or some fiendish illusion created by the Dark Lords. However, as the ship glides nearer, your senses tell you it's not a mirage. Indeed, it is quite real. And then the next bit was, if you have ever visited the ruins of Romas in a previous Lone Wolf adventure, turn to 336. And we did.
I'm sure we
That's
did.
where
Yeah.
we were going. And already my vision's getting a bit blurred. You know what?
Oh, what's he doing?
I have a painting headset. Let's see if I can read with it. Oh, I can't wear my headphones with this on.
Oh,
Oh, bear with me.
you'll figure it out.
Let's see if I can read now. Oh, that's horrible. Oh. It's big, though. It's big.
What she said. It's horrible and big.
Trying to get this.
Sorry, Piglet. That was kind of rude.
Standing on a fortified platform in the center of the strange craft is a young man with deep, brooding eyes. Instantly, you recognize him. It is Banadon, the young Somlending magician who gave you the crystal star pendant at the ruins of Romas,
Oh
after
yeah.
you saved his life in a Gaiac ambush. You are so stunned by his unexpected appearance that you fail to notice the blood which is seeping from the Itikar's mouth. The creature is near to death. Suddenly the great bird lets out a pitiful and agonized caw. Its wings stiffen and its head falls limp as the last flicker of life escapes from its torn body. Oh, we're on a big bird, weren't we? It pitches you forward and your stomach heaves as you plummet towards the salt plain of Lake Inrahim. Pick a number. Roll D10. If you possess the Kaidisan of animal kinship, deduct 1. Now, I can see the screen now. This is odd.
You're getting used to it. Oh dear.
This is one of those. This is to help with painting, but unfortunately it's not strong enough anymore. So, and I can't find the stronger ones of these. Hello, Doc. 3. 4 or lower, turn to 374. It's a bald Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Is the sun in your eyes there, mate?
This is difficult. Oh.
Yes, he's going into the Matrix.
As you, at this range, I can actually read it better at this sort of range. So I'm holding it about 2.5 feet from my face.
Oh, that's
As you
cool. Yeah,
tumble
do that then.
earthwards, a blur of colour flashes before your eyes. The Crown Riders, the skyship, the salt plain, and the distant horizon all melt into a kaleidoscope of shapes and images. You fear that these images will be the last you ever see. You have prepared yourself for death and are calmly resolved to your fate when suddenly you feel your body entwined by a mass of sticky fibres. There is a terrific jolt which leaves you breathless and stunned. Then you realise that the impossible is happening. You are no longer falling, but rising. A net of clinging strands has caught you like a fly in a web, and now you're ascending into the sky towards the flying ship just as quickly as you fell. The three bearded dwarves, clad in bright, padded battle jerkins, pull you aboard an outrigger that runs the length of the craft's hull. There's no time to express your gratitude to them, however, for the small skyship is now under attack from the Crown Riders. At the end of the outrigger, a dwarf is engaged in bitter hand-to-hand combat with a snarling Drakkar. He appears to be losing the contest. As you rush to his aid, another of the evil warriors lands in the centre of the craft atop its fortified platform. Right. Do we help the dwarf, or do we leap from the outrigger onto the platform and confront the Drakkar who's just landed there? Not computing.
Help.
Not computing.
What was his name? Bannerton.
Help the dwarf. Help the dwarf, or
what?
Or jump and face the other Drakkar.
Oh, right.
Are they demi-humans or humanoids? Shall I ask them first?
I would say help the dwarf. Help the stunty.
Yeah, no, do the other thing. Don't help Stunty.
You don't want to help Stunty. Everyone else wants to help Stunty. Stunty demi-human. No. Mercurius wants to go ahead and jump.
Let's do it, Mercurius.
By Moradin's beard. If demi-humans then help. Yeah, they are. Yeah, dwarfs are demi-humans. They're good. They are lawful and good. If a bit grumpy. Occasionally a little greedy.
Sometimes drunk.
What kind of humans aren't greedy, though? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
So help dwarf is on 6. Jump from the platform is on 2. So
you and me, Mercurius, till the end, brother.
Oh, Halakar said leap as well.
Oh, let's go, Halakar.
Yeah, if it was an elf, I wouldn't bother either. And if it was a gnome, I'd help the enemy.
Just push him off.
I would definitely help a halfling. Always. Because I have sympathy with halflings. They are
Why
short,
are they your kind?
fat, and hairy.
Well, I'm 2 of those things.
I'm all 3 of those things. Apart from the top of my head.
No, Ralph, I do. Sorry.
That's funny.
No, hobbits aren't hillbillies. They are old English folk who live in the Cotswolds in little painted, either in their smiles or little painted houses, whichever just not all of them live in holes. Some of them live in little painted houses as well. And they've got little vegetable gardens, and they like nothing better than to make a big hearty stew, bake some fresh bread, and drink. West Country, yeah.
Are they basically
Cotswolds.
Welsh people?
No. They are west of England, southwest of England. You know, sort of from Gloucestershire and Herefordshire downwards through Wiltshire into sort of Devon and Dorset and that sort of area. That's where they're all from.
Under hillbillies.
Underhill.
I can see. Well, Cornwallians fits as well. That fits absolutely. But no, I see that as the whole area there is halfling country, and it's beautiful.
So
Most
Ralph
of it
is from the UK too.
Yeah, Ralph, are you from the UK? And if so, where?
He knows the term Cornwallian.
Yeah. Who are indeed who are. Do you be you are?
Underhill.
Andy's who are. Where's Andy? Is Andy here still? He's who are.
Who are? I can't do it as well as he done.
Oh, Ralph's from Glasgow. That's the stereotypical Scottish dwarf. Yes.
I need to send you a video on Discord, Ralph. Hang on.
You've done it now. Yarp. Oh, here's Mercurius. Mercurius is saying, "Get on with things." There we go. Thank you, Mercurius. Right, the Drakkar is brutally strangling the dwarf. As he catches sight of you, he releases his grip and smashes his mailed fist into the dwarf's face, sending him tumbling away into space. Inflamed by this act of cold-blooded murder, you draw your weapon and attack. Right, here we go.
Straw Piglet, I would say Scottish, Welsh, and Irish.
No, I've always thought of them being more sort of more. I think they're quite West Country, a lot of pirates. Arr. Arr.
In Assassin's Creed 4, the guy's Welsh.
Is he?
He is.
Oh.
I've just tagged you in it, Ralph. I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay, a 2 is not a good roll. That is just -2 hit points. Enemy -10. We've got a massive combat advantage. And a 1. Bloody hell. Still fighting it.
Oh, the terminology's changed now, has it, Ralph? Okay. I'll have to let my brother know. My brother used to live in Edinburgh for like 7 years.
Edinburgh. It was only piracy if...
What a glorious beard you have, sir.
If it was not sanctioned by the laws of the land. And thus Sir Francis Drake was a privateer. Different to a pirate.
Is it though, or is it just a fancy name for a pirate?
It's just a fancy name. It is just a fancy name. Yeah. Basically, the Queen said, "Here, Francis, take your ship and go and get your shit out of the Spanish and nickel this stuff. It's legal."
Isn't there a sea shanty about we're not privates, we're privateers? Pirates, we're privateers.
Probably. I'm just seeking out a pencil because I've just realised I haven't got a pencil on the desk at the moment because I took it to my D&D game on Monday. That's really stupid of me. Why can't I find my pencils? There's loads in here. There we go. Oh, I've got with a broken lead. Duh.
I'm gonna leave all those comments alone. Just so you know.
Oh yes, Sawney Bean. Oh yes. Have you ever heard of Sawney Bean?
I feel like I've recognized the name.
Have you ever? I've never seen the film. Have you ever heard of the film The Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah.
That's based on the legend of Sawney Bean.
Right. Okay. I've not seen the film, but I know of it.
My problem with that film is the victims were totally stupid and they deserve to die. Just saying. I tried watching it. I quit halfway through because I couldn't deal with the stupidity.
You couldn't suspend your disbelief far enough to say these people wouldn't be that stupid. Come on.
No, that would never happen to me, honestly.
Well, no, because you'd have guns.
Exactly, and a couple knives, and there's always an axe in the back of the car, and yeah. So no, it wouldn't happen to me.
Yeah, but hello, Keith. Right. Oh, due to the lightning speed of our attack, we shouldn't have lost any endurance points in the first round of combat. Okay, so I've just put our two. Put our two we lost on the first round back. So we finished on 17. Right. When the combat turned to 2-1-3. I can believe that. I can believe that.
We're in the New York City subway.
That's
there is
probably
a
the
reason
only
why
reason.
the headbutt. There's a reason why the headbutt is known as a Glasgow kiss.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's the only reason that I wouldn't want to go to a Celtic Rangers game.
And did you know that a bag of chips is a Glasgow salad?
What?
Glasgow salad is a nickname for a bag of chips.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Like chippy chips.
Chip shop chips, yeah.
Yeah. Edinburgh
It's a
is
Glasgow
absolutely amazing. I went to the top of King Arthur's Seat and the view is incredible.
Yeah. Edinburgh. I've been to Glasgow once to play American football and just spent about 5 hours in the university bar afterwards. I've never been on the town in Glasgow. And the only other part of Scotland I've been to is it called Skye of Kerr or something like that region? It's up in the Spey Valley. Stayed there for a few days, then went on to a wedding in Inverness. And Inverness was nice. Inverness is pretty.
Yeah, I assume the city is nice, Ralph. I don't know about the people apart from you, though.
I mean, Glasgow's like any major city. It's like any major city you go to is going to have good parts and bad parts.
I would disagree. I think certain cities like Edinburgh and Manchester are a lot nicer than others, like London.
There were bits of Manchester though that are rough as arses.
True, yeah, but they're few and far between. Whereas you look at London,
oh
you
yeah,
think, all right, yeah, they're all bad.
London is the cesspit of the British Isles now.
You'd go to Lie in Birmingham. How far is that from you, John?
Lie. Well, Lie's not in Birmingham. It's like a suburban. It's a town outside Birmingham. But yeah, Lie's quite nice.
Let's say John is a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay, that's true, Ralph. That's true.
Here we call Philadelphia.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It is one of the nastiest cities on the East Coast.
In West Philadelphia, born and
yeah.
I mean Dudley, the black
Camden, stuff like that. Yeah, it gets
There were parts of the Black Country which have got a fairly poor reputation, but some of it's really nice out there, like the King Swinford, Dudley sort of area. Tipton's a bit shit. Hales Owen's nice. Out that sort of way.
Your dad grew up in Perth, Jeb, in Australia? Or is there another Perth that I'm not aware of?
Perth in Scotland. It's a city in Scotland.
Oh, there's a Perth in Scotland. Oh, I didn't know that.
The Australian city was named after.
Yeah, all the convicts named it after the city so they could feel like home.
Isn't lye another name for sodium hydroxide solution?
I don't
Something
know.
like that. Yeah.
I swear it is.
I know. I'm going to have to use this again. Every time my eyes go weird, I'm going to have to use this and zoom in for a bit. The Drakkar falls to his knees and makes a horrible rasping noise as he tries in vain to prise open his shattered death mask. Your blows have staved in his helm and the buckled metal has fractured his skull. You lash out with your foot and kick him from the outrigger, sending him spiraling down to Lake Inrahim to join the dwarf he murdered. But the dwarf is neither dead nor hundreds of feet below. He hangs by his foot, unconscious, snagged in the netting below the outrigger boards. You grab the dwarf's leg and haul him to safety before continuing the fight. The platform now looks empty. No heads are showing above its armoured parapet, but you sense something is very wrong. Instinctively, you leap from the outrigger onto the main hull with your weapon poised to strike. To continue, turn to 361.
We didn't even need to help him. He survived anyway.
Yeah, we should have just pushed him over.
Ducking beneath the boom sail, you clamber onto the platform just in time to witness a desperate struggle. The magician is pinned to the deck, his left arm skewered by an enemy spear. With a staff in his right hand, he's trying to fend off the dismounted crown rider. The Drakkar senses your presence. Instantly, he whirls around and draws a twisted black scimitar from his scabbard. We're to fight to the Drakkar. We saved the runt because dwarves are cool.
I mean, me and Mercurius voted not to, and Halakar. He survived anyway.
Yeah, he did have plot armor. Yes, he had plot armor. He's going to be important then, isn't he, that dwarf?
Spelt correctly, thankfully.
Oh, God's sake. This is... Nah, I'm rolling really badly for us tonight. I'm sorry, chaps.
It's all right.
Why did we save the runt?
That's better. Okay, we've lost 3 hit points in killing the 3 stamina in killing this Drakkar.
That's nothing.
I am struggling to read at the moment. I do apologise. Every so often my vision clears and I'm okay, but
I'd try and take over if I had a book.
if you win this combat and the fight lasts 3 rounds or less, that's bad English. I'll replace that. If you win this combat and the fight lasts 3 rounds or fewer, turn to 288. Sorry.
Well corrected, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that is bad English. That shouldn't ever got past the editors. Too many people say or less nowadays. It should be or fewer.
Yeah, it's not as egregious as could have and should have.
No, it's not. No. The Drakkar curses you with his dying breath, his cry fast fading as he tumbles away from the platform. You rush to aid your wounded countryman, but the battle is not yet over. A crown rider is swooping down towards you with a crossbow levelled at your head. He pulls the trigger and the bolt comes speeding towards your face. It is too late for you to dodge away from this deadly missile. A shrill metallic whine rings in your ears when incredibly the bolt ricochets away just inches from your forehead. It has been deflected by an invisible shield. If you have ever visited the ruins of Rornas in a previous Lone Wolf adventure, turn to 399.
Wow, that sounds like it's nearly the end.
It does. Let's see if my eyes have calmed down now. Banadon lowers his staff, and you detect the trace of a wry smile on his pain-racked face. Alas, I was too slow to protect myself, Lone Wolf, he says, glancing at his arm. You kneel by his side and free the spear that pins him to the floor. The wound is serious. Hastily, you staunch the bleeding with strips of cloth torn from his dark blue robes. As you are doing this, you recognize these robes, for they are the attire of a journey master. It seems that young Banadon has achieved distinction among his order since you last met.
Wow.
It appears that we are fated to meet in their company, he says, still watching the crown riders anxiously. Help me to my feet. We must escape them before they drag us from the sky. You support the magician as he grasps the ship's helm. It is unlike any other you have seen. It is a radiant crystal sphere with hundreds of glowing facets set upon a slim silver rod. No sooner has his hand closed around the crystal-tipped helm than there is a tremendous explosion. To continue, turn to 323. At the moment, I can't read chat. I can't see the screen well enough to read chat. So maybe these new glasses aren't quite doing what I wanted them to do. You know what? I'm going to try and use my old glasses. See if I can get them to focus me any better. Nope.
Mm.
No. 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 Can't see shit.
This is your chance. This is your chance for what? To take the piss out of him because he can't read it.
Yeah. Oh, I need these readers. Oh, bollocks.
Oh no! What happened?
That was my beer.
Shit!
Only a little bit spilled. I'm sorry, Daniel. I've just spilt beer. That is evil of me. That is so
Frickin'
wrong.
amateurs. My God.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah, as if you don't have one of those cups that magnetizes to the desk and doesn't knock over.
It's only a small amount that went.
I do have one that has a suction cup on the bottom. And
It wasn't a lot of beer. Wasn't a lot of beer. It was only a minor spillage. I caught it, but it sort of splashed.
A proper Irishman would get a napkin and then wipe
And
it
then-
up and suck on the napkin.
That's what I would do if I wasn't live on a stream. And I'm not Irish. It's only it's I've got a little electrical thing back here that I don't want to get too wet. That's
Yeah.
otherwise
Yeah.
it's all right. There's not a lot there. One more set of tissue should do it. The joys of getting old and having poor eyesight.
Hopefully, I won't find out.
Well, when I was your age, my eyesight was perfect, young man.
I'm my age and my eyesight isn't. My left eye is ever so slightly worse than my right.
What I found out was that my left eye was, when I first went for to have my eyes checked, I found out my right eye was bad and my left eye had been compensating for a while, and suddenly left eye just sort of got tired of doing that and just joined the right eye being shit. That's why my vision just went.
I just couldn't
Very
pick up
quickly.
the slack anymore.
It went very quickly.
No, I deal with that with my knees. When I was 18, I was in a motorcycle accident.
Oh shit!
Didn't use my crutches. Well, somebody pulled out in front of me. And my physical therapist, actually, I hit the car so hard that he thought I was in a car. And I'm like, no, I was on my bike. He's like, oh, wow. But so since I didn't use my crutches as long as I should have, I was using my left knee more. So now both are shot because,
No, there's a little bit more beer where I was about to put my elbow.
Whoops!
And there's the cat.
There we go.
No.
Oh, we can't see him. Mercurius is covering it.
Yeah.
Well, Mercurius has every right to. Mercurius has
Wait a
paid.
minute, I'm just stating the
considering
facts. Oh, my
Mercurius
days.
has paid $1 for that right.
I need to find out who got that membership as well. Actually,
Yeah, you do. Slapping there.
Kevin Lamb.
He posted something the other day.
Stop.
I'm sure I've seen him. Or did I reply? Or did I see him on?
No.
I've seen his name somewhere recently.
No. Come on, buddy.
Okay. I can because I've not been reading for a few minutes. I can actually focus again. My eyes are getting tired, and that's what it is. I have to give them a bit of a rest. The explosion is followed by a large cloud of smoke which engulfs a cabin perched on the rear deck. As the noise rumbles across the desolate salt plain, you hear the agonizing shriek of a wounded Kran. It comes spiraling past the platform with a ragged hole rent in its broken wing. The smoke clears to reveal the grinning face of a dwarf framed in the cabin window. A smear of soot blackens his rosy cheeks and exaggerates the whiteness of his crooked teeth. He is holding a tube of smoking steel, and you assume to be a magic staff until you notice that each of the dwarf crew are carrying identical staves. As they point them at the swooping Kron, gouts of smoke and flame bellow from their tips. Suddenly you recognize these weapons and their wielders. They are dwarves from the mountain kingdom of Bor, and they are armed with firearms, one of the many inventions for which these ingenious artisans are justly famous throughout Magnamund. The Kron are terrified by the noise of these guns. Panicked, they turn their leathery tails about and fly away. Their frustrated Dracarim riders seem powerless to stop them. The primitive firearms have claimed only one victim, but nevertheless they have driven off the enemy and saved the skyship from disaster. Banadon steers the craft about, banking steeply until the ship is facing the darkening peaks of the southern mountains and the distinct V-shaped cleft of the Dahir Pass. Hello, Richard. Blunderbees. Blunderbuses.
Yeah, no, I always like making joke plurals because in Halo there's a vehicle called a mongoose, and the plural is mongooses, but we all said mongeese.
The plural of mongoose is mongooses. Yes, correct.
But mongeese just sounds cooler, even though it's incorrect.
That's what I would have said.
And as I'll always pick up here, the plural of dwarf is dwarfs. Tolkien acknowledged that he changed it for his work and created dwarves as the plural, and a lot of people have stuck with that.
If we're following the rules, quote unquote, of English, it should be dwarves.
It's dwarfs. The correct English for plural of dwarf is dwarfs, not dwarves.
Oh yeah, and you walk through the kitchen holding knives, do you?
English is an odd language. When am I running Expedition to the Barrier Peaks? Probably in August.
Stuntings.
Stuntings.
Dice aren't doing you well tonight, John.
If it's 3 or higher, turn to 312.
Oh, that's all right. I think.
I hope. The dwarfs are clearing the deck of battle debris. A dead Drakkar lies sprawled face down across a pile of chests and sacks that are roped beneath the boom sail. As the dwarfs grab his legs to cast him over the side, suddenly he springs to life and sends the dwarfs tumbling in all directions. He screams like a fiend, his black axe cutting a wide arc around his blood-smeared body armor. Of curse, vile and evil echoes from his death mask as he draws back his axe to throw. His chosen target is you. If you have the Kai discipline of hunting or sixth sense, turn to 210.
We have both. When you say short, what's the barrier for that?
Yeah, what's the barrier for short? What do you class as short?
Oh, Dan, you legend.
Before I put Daniel's gift up, I want Mercurius to answer. What is short? What does he class as short? How short are you, Ralph?
Short is below 5'8". Okay, well I'm 5'8" on pretty much on the dot, so I'm okay.
Halakar, if you come into Clericon, I'll fight you.
So Daniel gifted 5 memberships, the lovely man. So those have gone to Lewis Strawser, Arcane Knight, The Flush, Slanderous 666, and Freddie G.
Okay. I am 5'5.5". I never quite made 5'6".
Ralph, you have the beard of a 6'4" man. Don't worry.
Halakar says he'll wear knee pads so I can't bite him. Hey! Mercurius is 6'2". Yeah. Pa.
Are you sure he's not just saying that to be the opposite because we're all small?
I don't know.
Halakar, I don't think knee pads are going to help you. You might need ankle guards.
Daniel, you're not short, are you? Daniel, you're about your average sort of height. You're about 5'10", 5'11", aren't you?
Oh no, he's like 6 foot odd, aren't you?
No, I used to be 6 foot, but as I got older, I'm down to about 5'10" and a half.
Okay.
You shrink as you age, so yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're being dragged down to hell. I mean, what?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what 3 marriages will do to you.
Too much wedding cake will do that to you as well, eh?
I think, Iman, do you think they need to see my picture, a picture of me, of what I do to taller people?
Yeah, do you know what? We were discussing it briefly before the stream started. I think you should just give people a little snippet.
What?
Yeah.
How about if we get a picture of what your daughter did to you?
Yeah. What, my face?
Yeah.
No, we need John to be intimidating, not the opposite.
Okay. You ready for that? There you go. That's
Cool.
me fighting someone who's 6'1".
That's a good pick. I like that.
Yeah. That's my Facebook profile picture.
Question for chat: how many newtons of force do you reckon that guy got slammed with? Yes, Ralph.
Yes.
Do you want to flex your achievements, John?
What flex? What achievements?
Judo.
No, but they all know. They all know, don't they?
Well, Ralph is new to the channel. He might not know.
No, he knows. I'm sure he knows. They all know.
Basically, Ralph, he's a black belt. Don't fuck with him.
No, I haven't trained for about 4 years though, and I'm old. I'm 52 years old with two dodgy knees, a big belly, and I'm overweight now.
Mercurius says, "What throw was that?"
That was a Seoinage, the Ponseoinage. But I use the collar. I threw it left-handed from a right-handed grip using the collar.
Right.
Oh, Halakar says he never got a copy of it, but there was a really cool picture of him throwing his sensei as part of a demonstration. He had awesome elevation.
Oh, quality. Yeah. There was never much elevation when I throw because I'm little, but I tended to use that to my advantage and drag people to the ground. As you can see, I used to get very low when I throw. Very, very low. Use my low center of gravity to its fullest. It's a had to.
Yeah, you get people to fight on your terms.
Yeah. If I fight on their terms, I lose. That's just it. I've got short arms, short legs. I'm little. I need them down at my height. Okay, you dive aside, your Kai skill saving from the axe that comes spinning towards a platform. Suddenly a deafening bang rings out and the Drakkar is flung backwards, his breastplate torn open by dwarf shot. He gives a long agonizing death cry as he disappears from sight, tumbling away into the darkness that surrounds the speeding skyship. As if in answer to the shot, a menacing roll of thunder rumbles across the darkening plain from Barrakesh. It is as if the city itself is cursing your escape. Banadon appears at your side, his face lined with concern. As he offers a shaky hand to help you to your feet, you notice that the makeshift bandage which binds his wound is soaked through with blood. He's pale and weak and close to collapse.
Okay.
A step in thrust.
Fuck you.
Yes, Ralph.
Which martial art did you do, Halakar? If you have the Kai Discipline of Healing, turn to 377.
So what's the techniques for that Glaswegian martial art of fuck you? Is it eye pokes and ball kicks?
It's forehead. It's the forehead plant.
Yeah, sorry, head butt, then eye poke, then ball kick.
Yeah, Ecky thump.
Hey, the town I grew up in, that's
Whoa! You did Aikido. You kept that quiet, Halakar.
I'm sure he's mentioned it before.
Well, maybe I wasn't there.
I know Ecky thump was the fake martial art created by the Goodies, wasn't it? Yes. Clasping your hands around Banadon's injured arm, you concentrate your Kai skill on healing the torn muscle, and splintered bone. The warmth of your healing power numbs his pain and repairs the internal damage sufficiently to be able to remove the blood-soaked strips of cloth. The wound is still open, but it is clean, and your timely aid has saved the limb. We'll help him now, Lone Wolf, shouts a strange voice. You are surprised at the boldness of this assertion. Oh, no. We'll help him now, Lone Wolf. That's what it said. You are surprised by the boldness of this assertion, and you turn around to find out who has made it. To continue, turn to 339. Steven Seagal, I believe in his heyday he was.
He is a legit martial artist, but the way he teaches his students is bollocks.
Well, anymore, all of his stuff is staged.
Well, and everyone says he's a dick.
Oh, he is. He's a total asshole, and the world would be a better place without him. Anyhow, that's my opinion.
Apparently, he's one of those guys who'd actually like genuinely hurt the stunt people who were filming with him.
Yeah, and
Stuff like that.
He would harass all the female actresses and all that other happy crap. He's a total asshole.
He's probably the definition of martial arts giving someone way bigger of an ego than they should have.
Yeah. Well, if you've ever watched any of his demos, they're all staged to make him.
The one where he's like touching people and they fall over.
Yeah, they're all staged to make him look like a badass, and probably any of those kids could kick his ass if they really wanted to. Hell, I'd put my daughter up against him anymore. Although if she wanted to, she could probably kick my ass too. So,
Oh, my daughter can kick mine.
She's a 17-year-old athlete. So yeah.
Am I gonna have to be that guy?
But I know her body weaknesses, so I just go for those. So it might be an even fight. I just have to fight dirty.
That's the thing. If I ever got into a fight, I haven't been in a proper fight in like over 10 years. But if I did, at least I know what my strengths and weaknesses are now because I've been training.
Yep, there is always that. This cat is such an
My
asshole.
strength always used to be my fleetness of foot, but that's dwindling.
My reflexes are incredibly impressive, which is the thing that I don't have to train, you know, I've always had those. But then I've trained like my strength and footwork to go along with that.
It was a matter of consternation for me when my kids went to junior school. The parents' race at school sports day.
Oh yeah.
I always finished second.
That's impressive. Though.
I was always beaten by a younger model.
Was it always the same guy?
No, it was a different guy almost every time.
Training only goes out the window in a real fight if you haven't trained enough, because eventually it becomes second nature to you.
That's called muscle memory, which is what training does. But like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
He's Absolutely. Not wrong.
He'd know. He punched a lot of people in the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, Halakar, you're making yourself seem way older by saying it like that.
Halakar, I'm trying to think. My last one would have been, it actually cost me a month in the bar. I got booted. That would have been
I think mine was about
Nine-
1993, 94. My last fight. So yeah.
my last one was 2016.
Wow, you've been in a fight more recently than me. Mine was 2014.
Well, the thing is, the guy was my best friend's brother, and I was keeping my friend's firearms because he was sick and in a hospital, and he was afraid his brother would take the guns. So we got into it because his brother wanted the guns, and I said, no, he doesn't want you to have them. Next thing I know, he sucker punches me, and we're brawling.
Ouch.
Yeah, the guy, and now the guy works in the same plane I do. We get along, and he actually sits at the same lunch table as I do.
That's a good reason for a fight, Halakar.
Yeah, I
as long as the
agree,
cost-
Halakar.
Yeah.
You
It
proper
sounds like you did-
gentleman. The
sounds like you
Brits
did the
prove.
right thing.
That's a good job, Hal. Yep.
Yeah, Ralph, for me, I don't train to be able to knock someone out or to be able to fight, just to be able to defend myself enough more than I did before, basically.
Well, Ralph, I agree with your situation with what you said, because anytime I walk into a room, even walk out of the store or into a store or anything like that, I always assess the area, and I always watch people. You look somebody in the eye and even nod your head at them. That way they know you acknowledge their presence.
Yeah.
But this guy and I were friends. I mean, we'd had beverages together before. I used to go up to his camp, and out of nowhere, he just sucker punched me. I was like, holy crap, Jeff. And then it went to shit.
Right. Anyway, continuing with the book. Two dwarfs clamber up onto the platform and hurry to their young captain's side. One flicks open a red velvet satchel stripped to his barrel-like chest and removes a glass vial and the clean linen bandage. They attend to the wound and his strength, and as his strength returns, Banadon listens intently to your account of the terrifying events that have led up to this meeting. As you conclude your woeful tale, Banadon speaks, his voice full of grim determination. The future of Summerland rests in our hands, Lone Wolf. We must stop Dark Lord Harkon from destroying the Book of Magnakai. I have heard tell of the Tomb of the Marjan from the nomads of the Dry Main. They say it's a terrible place, a place filled with horror and death. For what little there is left to die there. It lies beyond the Dahir, near the oasis of Bal Lofton. This is all I know, for the Marjan hid their tombs well, and what few traces remained have long since disappeared beneath the shifting sands of the Dry Main. Your voice conveys the disappointment you feel upon hearing these words. However, all is not lost, says Banadon, undaunted. There is a man who can guide us there. His name is Tipasa Edaruk, or Tipasa the Wanderer, as he is better known. It is he whom we must seek, for he is the only man who has ever entered the tomb of the Marjan and lived to tell the tale. Banadon takes over the helm as his extraordinary ship, the Skyrider, as the dwarfs call it, speeds through the gathering darkness towards the Dahir Pass. Visibility diminishes with each passing minute until you can finally see no further than the ship's outriggers. You begin to feel uneasy. If the Skyrider veers but a fraction off its course, you'll be smashed to pieces against the mountainside. Don't worry, Lone Wolf, says Nolrim, the dwarf with the velvet satchel. The captain will see us through. Banadon stands with his hand resting lightly on the glowing crystal. He appears to be so relaxed that you would easily believe that he's in some kind of a trance. His eyes are closed, and a crackle of energy like fine white lightning weaves and traces an intricate pattern across his forehead and around his temples. The dwarf leads you to the cabin at the rear of the craft, where the crew are excitedly recounting their glorious victory over the Crown Riders. They are seated about a table cluttered with plates of steaming food and jugs of foaming ale. The rich smell of spiced meat and portent boar brew fills your nails, reminding you of how ravenously hungry you are. You make short work of the meat and the marrow placed before you. Restore endurance points.
Oh, look at that lone wolf getting his nutrients in.
Yes.
Good on him.
However, you have your doubts about accepting a jug of ale. Boar brew is so strong that in many cities throughout Magnamund it has been banned outright for fear of the havoc it could cause. Right. I'm going to leave you with this quick vote here. Drink this ale or don't drink it. I'll count the votes when I get back, but I'm going to get myself an ale and I'm going to get myself a little sort of wipe because my hands stink of the beer that I mopped up. And they got
Oh, yeah. You need another ale because you spilled your last one.
I only spilled about that much, but it just all over the place. So I'm just going to go get some wipes and get myself a beer. I'll be back in a minute or two.
All right.
Please don't be mad at me, Dan, but I'm going to say don't drink.
Don't drink what?
Whatever the choice was.
Oh. Well, now I'm going to.
No, you can drink whatever you want. I'm talking about Lone Wolf. What we got so far? Well, John spilled a new drink. I don't know. Maybe if you do some sort of shamanic ritual, he will.
Have my Irish leprechaun come out and curse
1,
him.
2, 3. We got 3 for drink, 2 for don't drink. What about you, Dan? I'm assuming you're saying drink.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's 4-2 for drink so far. Oh, was that your dog or was that John's?
I do have to show this. My
I think that's John's dog.
My stepson got me the glass. My stepdaughter got me their solid metal ice cubes in the shape of bullets.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I probably won't focus on it. What the hell? Nah, it doesn't. Oh, I'm on a lag apparently.
It's an ice cold bullet, Ralph. What's that? That's 5-2 for drink.
All right, here we go.
Hello, Robert.
But you can see the little bullets inside, and then there's.
So you put those in the freezer and they get cold, right?
Correct, and then they act as ice cubes, but they don't weaken your drink.
Yes.
And then there's an actual 45 caliber bullet in the side of the glass. That's pretty cool.
What's your favorite caliber, Dan?
45.
Yeah?
Well, it all depends. Rifle or pistol. Pistol's 40.
What's a Desert Eagle? Is that a 50 cal?
It depends. They make them in 357. They made them in 41. They make them in 44. They make them in 50 Action Express.
So far, he can't hear me.
But my favorite caliber is a 357. I have about 6 or 7 of them now. But I love my 45 and I'll never get rid of it. Rifle calibers to toss up between 30-06 and 30-30.
What does an M1911 use?
45.
Right, okay, yeah.
And I don't want to get John booted or else I'd show you mine, but mine's worth like $1,800. It's pretty freaking cool.
Oh dear.
It's a tricked out Colt Series 7 1911.
Welcome back, sir. It's 5 drink, 2 not drink.
5 drink, 2 not drink. Okay.
So that means I have to have 7 drinks or 3 drinks. How did we do this math?
5 minus 2 is 3. So 3 at least.
I didn't know. Damn it. I was hoping I could add them.
Right. So.
Speaking of which, John, we need to do another one of those drinking night games.
Yes.
That was a blast.
Oh, that was fun, you know.
Yeah.
That was, yes.
What have you got yourself?
Old Golden Hen.
Mm.
The one before was Belhaven 80 shilling. This is Old Golden Hen.
Proper British names, these.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had Killamore Dew?
What?
Tillamore Dew.
Don't know it.
It's
Are
an
those
Irish
words?
whiskey.
Multiply
whiskey.
them. All right, Dan, it's 10 drinks.
I don't drink whiskey, Dan. So
Okay, well, if you count the 3 I had before work, the one on the way to work, the one on the way home from work, and the 3 I've had so far, that's 6, 7. All right, I think I can handle that tonight.
right.
That's 6.2 for drink.
But they're doubles, so do we count just the glass, or do we count the fact that they were doubles?
For you, I would say glass.
Okay. Wife's going to be happy with me tonight.
Right.
Right, that's 7.2 for drink. Coco's here.
14.
Dan's
Okay,
just counting.
You guys are pricks.
All right. So we're accepting a drink of the notorious ale. Go on then.
I mean, I advised against it, but I don't know who else did. Someone did.
There we go.
Keith, of course, it would be the smart one. No, I'm joking. I say that because he's my bloodborne buddy.
The ale is thick and creamy, with a taste that reminds you of malted apples. You lower the half-empty tankard and wipe away the froth from your lips with your sleeve. Roll a d10. If your current endurance is less than 15, deduct 2 from this number. No, it isn't. So 8. 8 or higher, turn to 218. The dwarfs continue their meal, pausing only to light large hooded pipes. Through the bluish hue of the pipe smoke that clouds the low cabin roof, you notice they're casting nervous glances at you, as if you might explode at any moment. After 5 minutes have passed, Nolrim raises his tankard and proclaims a toast. To Lone Wolf, a giant among dwarves. The dwarfs guffaw at Nolrim's rye toast and raise their tankards in a salute to your courage and fortitude. The boar brew has loosened their tongues, and now they're eager to tell you of their past exploits. Right. You learn that the dwarfs were once the crew of a more conventional vessel, a merchantman that sailed the Tentarius of southern Magnamund. The Tentarius are a vast expanse of lakes and landlocked seas which connect to form a continuous canal stretching nearly 3,000 miles. They were created, as was the Rymarift of Duranor, by a massive landslide. 3 years ago, the dwarf's former captain, a dwarf named Quan, lost his ship, its cargo and crew, whilst gambling at cards. It seems the unfortunate captain was unaware of Banadon's true profession until it was far too late. As a result, Banadon became the dwarf's captain, and ever since then they have adventured with him across the lands and skies of southern Magnamund. The Skyrider itself was given to Banadon by the magicians of Desi in return for his help in defeating the Gagadoth, these names, a monstrous creature that terrorized their land and over which their own sorcery could not prevail. The Skyrider was traveling from Desi on its way to Barakish when you appeared. The dwarfs have overheard your talk with Banadon, and they are very excited by the prospects of a new adventure. They seem undaunted by the deadly dangers that it will certainly involve. To continue, turn to 359. I probably won't be told to shut up at any point tonight by my wife, so we can keep going for quite a while, I think. She's taken my daughter. My daughter and her have gone to a prize giving where my daughter works. Because Holly's been nominated for Apprentice of the Year, so
Cool.
we'll find out tonight if she's in the award. The mere fact that she's been nominated is fantastic. It's just that
Yeah, fingers crossed for her.
she's the sort of person who wants to win, though. So she'll be disappointed if she doesn't win. But there's 7 of them who've been put forward to it out of about 300 or 400 apprentices that work for the company. So if she doesn't win, look, You're one of the top 7. That's enough. The fatigue of your ordeal finally catches up with you. Now you are finding it impossible to keep your eyes open. Nolrim shows you to a bunk in the hull of the Skyrider, and gratefully you climb into your bed and pull the blankets over your aching limbs. Nolrim apologizes that the bunk is too short, but his words fall on deaf ears. You are already asleep. Restore 2 endurance points. Hey, we're back up to full. She's a bit of an obsessive, my daughter. She gets that. She's got that side of my sort of.
She's a perfectionist.
Yeah, my Aspie personality in that sense. But she's far more driven than I ever was and ever will be. So
she wants to excel in whatever she does, and she generally does.
She generally
do that
does
as well.
and if she doesn't, she gets frustrated.
Well, that's like Connor 2 years ago didn't think he was good enough to go to the regional air rifle shoot, and he took first place. And the coach even said if he hadn't shot, the team wouldn't have placed at all. Instead, the team got third.
That's cool. That's great.
This past year, they gave him this. They're really nice, actually. They're pre-charged, where you pump them up with an air pump, so you don't. All you do is just cock them and shoot. They're like $800 rifles, and he shot it for 2 weeks, and then he said, "No, I want to go back to my old one." And the coach was pushing him to use the new one, and he said, "No, I don't like it." So he took first place again this year, and he did so good, they bumped him up an age bracket just so the team could place second place.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I love it when your daughter does well. That's amazing. When kids do well, it's, you know.
When they succeed, yes.
Yeah. Like my daughter can drive a 5-speed and does her own body work and replace her own brake lines and rotors and brakes. That's pretty cool.
That's impressive.
Yeah. But now she wants to buy the big ass pickup that's for sale across the road.
My nipper's got a sporty hatchback.
Well, there's this little white convertible on the way to work. And I keep telling her, because I say every day on the way to and from work, I'm like, that's my car. I want that car. It's not.
This is what my daughter drives. She bought it with her own money.
Yeah, my daughter split hers in half with her mother. Yeah.
I'll get a picture up. But this is the car that she's got. I'll get rid of that advert.
Yeah, the one on the way to work is kind of like a Mazda Miata, but it's not. I think it's a Nissan, but it's a white convertible with a black top. I'm sure it's not super fast, but I'm sure it handles very well. And I keep telling the wife I want to buy it. But I just paid my property and school taxes, so, you know.
I'm trying to get this tab to move over to the one I'm sharing. Come on. Here we go. That's what my daughter drives.
That's cool. I'll bet that handles very well.
Oh, yeah. Beautifully.
Probably has some good scoot to it also.
Though she hasn't got the diesel version, she's got the petrol version.
That's good. That's better.
This is a diesel one, but she's got the petrol version. But that's what she's got.
Cool. I like it.
Bought with her own money. And it's the one she's got is a little bit newer than this one, I think. What year is this one? Where does it say? Doesn't say, does it? It cost her about 4,000 more than this. So yeah, yeah. Hers is a year newer and has done fewer miles.
My daughter got like a 97 Saab 4-door sedan, hatchback, silver, 5-speed, 3-liter V6.
Oh, nice.
Well, in America anymore, for a teenager to be able to drive a stick shift instead of an automatic is pretty impressive. Most of them don't even know what a stick shift is. So that
My
and she did her own work on the car. There was some stuff her stepfather would watch her do it and tell her what to do and how to do it, but she turned all the wrenches and drill bits and all the other happy crap. She did
over here. Over here we've got 2 driving tests. If you pass the automatic one, which is the easier one, you can only ever drive automatics. If you pass the manual one, or stick shift as you'd call it, then you can drive either type of car. So
is your Merc automatic or manual, Ralph? And is it petrol or diesel?
so both my kids have learnt in manuals. Jake's got his driving.
How a car? That was hilarious. How dare you?
But my lad, he's still 17. He's got his driving test in October coming up, but they've got a 4-month wait on them. It's horrible. He's passed his theory test. He's just got his main test to come.
See,
Anyway,
we're all like kind of hillbillies and rednecks, or under hillbillies, according to.
My dad's got an E300 diesel hybrid.
I'll show you what I'll show you what I drive. A Hyundai i40 blue estate. This is what I've got.
You want to fight, Doc?
That's my car.
Cool.
It's a liquid.
That's what I drive.
All right, John, look up 87 5-liter Mustang GT with T-tops, black.
Nice, Ralph. High class shit.
Dude, that thing was fast. It would do $180 in 4th gear, and I still had another gear to go.
Right, what are you looking? What am I looking at? Mustang.
Ford Mustang, 1987, T-tops, black.
T-top, black. What the hell is that?
Okay, now I had a ram air system on the hood, K&N air filter, which made it put more air into the motor. Had a high flow exhaust, high performance ignition system, had the governor taken off of it.
That's a beast.
It could do $180, no problem.
That looks like a beast.
Oh, it was, believe me. One time we were going up to Niagara Falls. A friend of mine was 11 minutes in front of me, and I was sitting at a fast food restaurant getting lunch for me and my girlfriend, and we were all going up together, but he was in his truck. He got on the interstate, set his cruise control at 75 miles an hour.
That's my dream car.
It took me, now mind you, he was doing 75 miles an hour for 11 minutes. It took me 7 minutes to catch him.
That's my dream car, and
that's cool.
And it would be this color.
There you go.
That is my dream car.
Yup. That's badass right there, John.
That's nice as well. Like that.
What's the name of the movie with Steve McQueen where he had one?
Bullet.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That was a cool chase scene. Yeah, that car was fast. I figured it out. I averaged about 170 miles an hour to catch him. My girlfriend was curled up in a ball on the passenger seat. She wouldn't even look out the windows.
Yeah, look at that. Imagine that convertible, the Volante.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Oh, oh, oh.
I would
Imagine.
chop off my children's legs to have that car.
Yep. I think it's a 5 points. I believe it's a 5.7 liter V8.
Oh, that got to be so fast. It's stupid.
Oh yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
They're rocket ships.
I only ever lost one street race.
Yes,
when I had
Doc.
my Mustang.
You can drive for dozens of miles before you need to take it to the shop.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty
You don't
much.
care. That's not
subscribers since we've been on stream.
That's funny.
right. I'm sorry, Robert. We're on the Lone Wolf. Yes, yes. Let's get back to the Lone Wolf. Right. Let's return. Right. Let's return to Lone Wolf. Yeah. Yeah. Aston Martin.
I gained 2 subscribers today, and I didn't even stream on the
Hey.
weekend.
At least an Aston Martin can outdrive a Jaguar. Jaguar can go for like 10 miles before you take it to the shop.
Right.
The ultimate driver's cars are TVRs
Yeah, they are nice. Yeah. Yep.
because they are just all about the driving, the noise, nothing about comfort, nothing about reliability, nothing at all
No.
like that. They're just about speed and noise. That's it.
That's what my Mustang was. It was built to just everything, and I did shit to the suspension and everything else. It was, and the sound system in it was amazing. I would burn out an alternator every 9 months because the sound system drained them so hard that, yeah.
We're being told off. We're being sexiest. Right. You wake shortly after dawn to the sound of snoring dwarves and the low hum of the Skyrider's engine. Gathering your equipment, you climb out on deck to find everything in shadow. The Skyrider is hovering beneath a massive outcrop of sandstone that juts out from the side of the mountain, thousands of feet above the valley floor below. Baladon stands at the helm. He's no longer in a trance. Crown Riders, he says, pointing to the sun-bleached valley beyond the shadows. They arrived with the dawn. You stare out across the alien landscape, a mountain valley filled with pillars of massive and precariously balanced boulders. The Vasagonians call this place the Coos, the Needles. The rocky columns reach so high into the sky that an avalanche seems unavoidable. Perched upon 2 of the columns are Kran, the Dracarim riders scouring the valley with telescopes. An hour passes before they take to the air and disappear. Trim the boom sail, bosun Norwin, orders Banadon, his voice barely audible above the increasing hum of the Skyrider's engine. We've a fast run ahead. Have we got a black crystal cube?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Does anyone remember finding a black crystal cube?
No.
No, I don't either. No.
It's all right. It might be a bad thing.
That light has
Yeah.
just helped me see the book. Actually, I've just put another light on in here.
That's the front view of my Mustang.
Ooh. Ooh.
Trying to get a good angle. That's not a good picture. But yeah, it was. Maybe that's a better. It was pretty cool.
Looks like a beast.
And then
That was the second book. And he'd rigged it with a trap.
The voyage through the Coups is breathtaking. The Skyrider glides between these magnificent towers of rock which rise from the valley floor with a fantastic and unearthly grandeur. Far below, you can see sulphurous water bubbling from fissures in the orange ground, and streams of hissing lava carving circular channels that glow like motes of liquid fire. You keep a watchful eye on the skies, but to your relief, you see no signs of the enemy. Icarish, says Banadon pensively. The eagle's lair. That is where we'll find Tipasa the Wanderer. It is the place of his birth and the home of his family. He roams the dry main, but he always returns to Icarish. It is late afternoon when you reach the hills beyond the Coups that overlook the town of Icarish. Banadon moors the Skyrider to a pinnacle of stone, and the rope ladder is lowered to the ground. It has been decided that you and he will enter Ilkaresh on foot and locate Tipasa, while Nolrim and the crew wait in hiding for you to return. The sight of the Skyrider hovering above the mountain town would likely arouse unwanted interest in your arrival. You and Banadon prepare yourselves for your mission by dressing in Maktis, the flowing grey and white robes commonly worn by the desert and mountain dwellers of Vasagonia. When your preparations are complete, you bid farewell to Nolrim and set off across the barren hills. Pick a number. Roll a d10.
I was going to say
Feel
7.
higher.
Let's go.
383. Oh, I can see much better there. I could for a moment.
I get the light right.
You trudge through the loose red sand. Your face is covered to protect them from the swirling dust and blazing heat. The landscape is stark and desolate. All that seems to thrive here is the wire-hard grass that persistently scratches your boots and leggings. Soon you come across a dried riverbed which leads to a cave in the orange sandstone hillside. A wooden plaque is nailed by the mouth of the cave, but you're unable to understand the strange words painted on its badly sun-blistered surface. Do we investigate the cave? Do we ignore the cave and press on towards Ilkaresh? Investigate the cave or ignore and press on?
Let's check the cave out.
Yeah, might as well. Cave.
Cave.
Everyone so far.
Yeah. Cave. Yeah, okay. Everyone's going for caves. Right, okay.
Nice and quick decision.
Just waiting for Mercurius if he's about to say no cave, because that is his forte.
That used to be my job.
Mm. Spelunking indeed.
Literally everyone.
Yep. Mercurius is probably having his breakfast. Bit of brekkie, mate. 2, 3, 5.
I think we have like a unspoken rota about it.
Yeah, there's always somebody who does that. Yes, Jeb, you have voted for a while.
I'm glad most people were on my side for House of Hell, otherwise we'd have lost again.
That's because you knew the solutions. They were waiting for you to say.
I didn't Google the solution. I'd played the book so many times that the solution stuck in my head.
Everyone was waiting for you to say. Rows of stalactites hang from the roof of the cave like the fangs of some incredible monster, and the bubbling of a distant geyser echoes eerily through the unknown depths. You begin to explore and eventually reach a place where a natural bridge of rock arches over a steaming It is steaming. I have focused on that word. I thought it might be streaming, but steaming course of water, rushed red with awe. Huddled beneath the bridge is a pathetic figure of a man. His body is bent and emaciated. A tattered blanket covers his face, and in his withered hands he clutches a crude fishing rod. A small catch of lava crabs lie on the bank, their claws twitching as slowly they expire. As you move nearer, the figure raises his face to stare at you. It is the face of a man, but his visage shocks you to the core. If you have the Kydisman of healing, turn to 344.
Okay. If this was Call of Cthulhu, roll for sanity.
Yes. To be honest, when I went to Australia, the food was fantastic. I thought the food was really good. The fish over there is superb. Good steaks as well. And I had my first ever Thai meal over there. And it was lovely. Really, really good. The old man's face is a mask of putrescent green sores. The pupils of his eyes are yellow and his ragged grey lips hang in tatters. He suffers from vaxillus, an infectious disease that rots the skin and attacks the nerves, resulting in hideous mutilation and deformity. He has been cast from his community and banished to this cave, where he must eke out the last few years of life in misery and solitude. Do we give him our supply of Erda herb? Yes or no? Yes. Most of the creatures in Australia think we're pretty tasty. Do we give him the Erda herb or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
I
The
see.
healing herb, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Looks like we're all unanimous at the moment.
We used the herb to fix our own arm when it was rotting.
Basically,
So
we had the lone wolf equivalent of flesh-eating bacteria.
Does anyone know the song I just groaned?
Do it again.
Give me more.
Can't say I do.
No. I'd be impressed if anyone in chat knew it from my groaning. Or name the album it came from. Nope. It was the Wonder Stuff from the album Eight-Legged Groove Machine, and the song was Give me more.
Oh, Jeb might recognize it.
No, it wasn't. How do you like it?
Nope. Okay. Looks like everyone says give it to him, so.
Mm-hmm. You place the Erda herb upon the stone bridge and step away. At first, the Vaxler is suspicious and frightened. Nobody has dared to enter his cave for many years. But when he recognizes the golden leaves of the Erda herb, he breaks down and weeps tears of pure joy. May the Majan bless you, 1,000 blessings. May you live in eternal peace, he cries, his voice brimming over with emotion. How can I ever repay your wonderful kindness? Do we question him about Tipasa the Wanderer, or do we just bid him farewell?
Yeah, let's ask him.
Yeah, ask. Yep.
Yeah,
Let me.
give me more. Is the bank big enough? Coming ready or not to the next world? I hope there's a lot more in it there for me. Get your shoe shined, trousers pressed, and your shoe shined by rich girls whose only care in the world is me. Those are the lyrics. Something like that, anyway. Question. Might as well ask. Yes. We've paid for the right, haven't we? Yeah. So we're going to question him. 356. I knew Tipasa once, when my body was young and strong like yours. We fought the Lacuri pirates at Samirs and voyaged to a distant land where ice and snow lay thick on the ground, and the sun had not the power to melt them. Yes, I knew Tipasa the Wanderer once. All I know now is that he dwells in Ikaresh. Seek out the wizard Sushila. She will know. She knows all that passes in Ikaresh.
Okay. Sue Schiller.
Sushila. Oh, itchy nose now. I've decided it's now too warm to have much of a facial growth. It's going to come off. It's got to come off. So I think it's been Monday or Tuesday. Just going to get grade 2 on the clippers and just go bzzz all the way over. So it's not coming up completely, but it's at the itchy phase now, and I don't have the patience. As you turn to leave, the Vaxler bids you to wait. From a bundle of rags he keeps hidden beneath the bridge, he produces a gem-encrusted mace. The weapon is carved from solid silver and adorned with emeralds and diamonds all along the haft. Take it, I beseech you, as a token of my eternal thanks. Okay, it's specially designed to fight summoned foes. So I'm going to get rid of the spear, and it is a mace +1 +3 versus summoned. But I'm guessing it might have a.
Are we only allowed one spare weapon?
Yeah. You're only allowed to
Okay.
carry 2 weapons at most. So
Yeah, one that you're actually wielding and one spare. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, get rid of the spear then.
Once you are outside the cave, both you and Banadon waste no time in pressing on towards Ilkaresh. As you draw close to the outskirts of the town, you pass a small round hut where a goat is eating from a manger beside the door. A man appears in the darkened doorway and bids you farewell. Bids you welcome, sorry, I said farewell there. He touches his forehead in a salute of friendship and invites you enter his humble home. Okay, we have the Kai discipline of Sixth Sense, so I guess we use it.
Okay.
It's offered it to us. You sense that the man's show of friendship is quite genuine. He may be able to help you to find Tapasa the Wanderer if you accept his hospitality. Do we go into his house or don't we?
Let's do it.
Might as well. Biscuit for the biscuit.
Biscuit,
Sixth
but
Sense has
biscuit.
never led us astray, so
It has never led us astray, no. It's a trap.
Admiral Akbar.
I was about to say that.
Is the
That's
bank
funny.
beginning coming ready or not to the next world? I hope there's a lot more in it there for me. I've got give me more by the Wonder Stuff buzzing around in my head now. It's my fault. It's a good album actually. Eight Legged Groove Machine. It's got some really good sort of pop punky sort of. Well, yeah, pop punk is the wrong description. It was thrash indie music, but catchy. fast-paced guitars usually. Hello, RPGXR. Oi, oi, oi. So, do we go into his hut or don't we? The two chaps here have said yes, and Swore Piglet has said yes. Doc Flamingo says don't be rude, and I'm assuming that's a yes. Yeah, let's go. Let's go in. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, we go into his home. Thank you, Doc Flamingo.
Oh, who's that? Let me see. That was gifted to Winnie Ella.
Winnie, if you're lurking, say hello. If you're not lurking, why? No. Don't mention Venga Boys. No. You evil person, Robert. You evil person. I don't want that conquering any songworms I have. Enter the home, 225. Oh no. What have chat started? What have chat started?
It's all right. Don't feed them. Don't feed the flames.
The man is short of stature, but broad-shouldered and strongly built, physical characteristics common among the tough mountain dwellers of Vasagonia. He pulls a cork from a bottle of lime green wine and pours out 3 large measures into earthenware cups. Kosha! He exclaims, and downs the wine in one swift gulp. Do we follow his example and drink, or do we decide not to drink and just get straight to the point?
Well, everyone else voted against me last time, so this time I'm going to say drink.
Chartreuse, indeed, a green wine. Jeb's decided to go with no booze.
I'm drinking.
That's a tune, Doc Flamingo.
What song is that?
It's from SpongeBob.
Oh my God. The fact that you know that is disturbing.
I'm like 20 years younger than you guys.
Oh, there is that. Okay, I'll give you that.
Doc Flamingo isn't. I've seen him on the streams.
Or maybe it's
Doc, you're the
in
same age
something
as
else
us, aren't you?
well.
Doc, you're the same age as most of us.
I'm sure it's from SpongeBob.
I honestly think Bear is about the only one older than me.
No, Andy
No,
is.
there's Andy.
How old is he?
Manfred's slightly older than you as well.
I'll be 54 in a month.
Manfred's already 55.
All right.
I'm not going to say how old Andy is.
I pity the poor bastard.
Doc says, I was married to a woman with a young kid. Oh, so do you
That
look older than
explains
you are,
everything.
Doc? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I put you at about my age, Doc, when for seeing you on one of James's streams. Sure, Piglet's 56.
All right. Although the real quandary is, who has had more wedding cake?
We know it's you. Oh, Doc's 55. Right there. Yeah. Well, you're the same age as about the same age as Dan. Ralph's 47. I'm 52.
When I
Okay,
first
now-
joined your streams, John, last year, how old did you think I was?
I had absolutely no idea.
Now-
You told us. You
couldn't
told us
gauge
though,
it.
straight away.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just wondered if you gauged it or not.
No, I had no idea. No idea.
Who-
I'm useless
who
with
has-
ages.
Who has the oldest liver?
You?
That's definitely you.
That's not a good thing, but yeah.
Jeb says he's 18.
Oh, we got a youngin. Jeb,
Is he really?
Jeb, you ought to join the games on Saturday. My son, I don't know if Connor's going to play tomorrow or not. He's up in the air about it. He might play the early game.
Oh, Jeb says he thought Iman was 18.
No,
Okay. Well, no, he acts like he's 18.
that's the secret to staying young.
Exactly. That's why I act like I'm 21.
Yeah, I've got a youthful spirit, but my body reminds me that I am getting older.
So
Dude,
we're drinking.
yep.
Do it.
Do it. Do it now.
Yeah, my knees are bad. And the prescription reading glasses I've ordered are typical for a bloke 20 years older than me. So that is what the optician said. This is a sort of prescription we typically give to 70-year-olds. I was like, great, my eye's that bad then. It was like,
Yeah, thanks for the boost of confidence, mate.
yeah.
Can you get LASIK?
Hmm?
Can you get LASIK surgery?
I could do. I can't bear anything touching my eyes though.
Yeah, but I think they put you under or something like that. I can't remember,
I'd
but
have to be put under for anything like that.
yeah, it's always an option. If you don't like it, then that's fine. I'm not gonna, because I've actually been thinking about doing that myself because I can't do contacts because my eyes, for some reason, are small. The eye openings are smaller than average. Maybe it's from so many years of squinting when I was hungover, and that, and my dog ate my glasses. Literally, my dog ate my glasses. So yeah.
Oh dear.
He every day. I think I've told you guys this. The wife can be out of town for a week. He will not pick up anything. She comes home, and the first thing he does is grabs one of my shoes. Like, if you knew my work environment, why the hell, especially a dog with their sense of smell, why would you want to grab one of my shoes? It's like, you're better off grabbing my underwear. I'm like, dude, you're horrible. And then as soon as I take the one shoe away from him, he runs for the other shoe.
Yeah. Despite your misgivings, the lime green wine tastes surprisingly delicious. A warm glow radiates slowly from your stomach, filling you with a comfortable sense of well-being. We are at maximum endurance already. The man looks delighted by your reaction to his wine and offers to sell you a bottle for 5 gold crowns. Do we buy a bottle of Kusha for 5 crowns?
How much do we have?
19.
Oh yeah, go on then.
Yeah, buy it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it would be rude not to. Right. So let's question him about Tipasa the Wanderer. 318. Ah, Tipasa, he replies thoughtfully. He lives near the Duga market, but exactly where his home is, I'm not sure. I haven't seen old Tipasa for years. If you should find him, remind him of Kamzin the goat herd. He still owes me 12 crowns. That I have not forgotten. You thank the goat herd for his help and bid him farewell before continuing your trek
How do you know
towards
that?
Ikaresh. Right. To continue, turn to 272. You follow a path along a dry gully. It is the bed of an ancient river that once flowed through the mountains. An arid breeze blows eddies of red dust along the banks of dead earth. After a while, the white-walled buildings of Icaresh suddenly appear, and as the dust settles, you find yourself standing in a small square close to the open archway of the town's east gate. Perched upon a tall basalt monolith, the center of the square is an eagle cast in bronze. It is the emblem of this mountain town. 3 bronze arrows are held in its beak. The bronze shafts are each inscribed with a name, and each points towards a different exit from the square. Do we go north towards the Duga Market? Do we go west to the main square, or do we go south along the Avenue of Eagles? North, south, or west?
South.
The Duga Market, was that north?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
All right, yeah, go north. And yes, Piglet, you are correct.
Hmm?
You have to go up in the chat.
Oh, right.
She is correct. I'll give her that.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 north, 1 east.
And actually, Piglet, you're wrong. It was 4. Just saying.
Not doing yourself any favors, Dan.
Oh, well. If you guys aren't so far away, I'd say come over here whenever the crap hits the fan. But, you know. Although I do have to restock up on my consumables.
Any more votes? North towards the Duga Market. Do we go west towards the main square, or south along the Avenue of Eagles? Jeb, east isn't an option.
Oh,
I'm thinking Market. Yeah.
Market. Yes.
Piglet, that's hilarious. I'd have been wearing Foster Grants.
Right, so the market it is then, because only Jeb's wanted to go at other places.
do it.
376. 40 paces along this street is a barracks, a long whitewashed building with ugly square windows. A soldier sits dozing in the evening sun with his spear resting across his lap. Some children are tossing hollowed out lanurma fruits at him, trying to catch them on the tip of his spear. Opposite the barracks stands a tavern with a line of saddled dugas tied to a rail near the main door. The braying of these sand horses rivals the sound of revelry drifting out of the tavern. Do we enter the tavern, or do we continue along the street towards the Duga Market? Tavern or continue along the street?
Nah, straight. Let's carry on going.
Debating.
2 votes for tavern.
I'll go tavern.
You'll go tavern as well.
Well, of course.
But there's a vote for street. I wonder if I can find when Viz did a spoof of Cat in the Hat. I'm just looking. No, I can't find a picture of it. I remember it being really funny, but I can't remember the exact wording of it. No, 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 don't know, can't find it.
I agree, Robert. Too much drinking.
All the long words in this are place names and animals and things, so that gets a pass, Andy. That gets a pass. Everyone's saying tavern apart from two. So right, okay.
I am now Mercurius.
You are Mercurius. Three, 5, 1. Anyway, Andy, we're going in a tavern. Favorite place of yours? As you approach the door, Banadon offers you a word of advice. Take care to guard your gold, Lone Wolf. Nothing tempts the most desperate Ikareshi more than a full purse. You can trust their honesty, but if you blindly trust their honor, they will steal your hair from your head. Inside the mood is one of celebration. Tables have been drawn together to form a large semicircle in front of which stands a small, broad-shouldered man, dressed lavishly in embroidered costume. A gold-mounted sword hangs by his side, its blue velvet scabbard as vivid in colour as the man's Cloasian silk pantaloons. Affectionately, the man embraces his companions, kissing the friends and relatives who have travelled so many miles to celebrate his wedding. At the side sits his bride, her face concealed behind a veil of shimmering pearls. Suddenly the tavern is filled with music as the guests take to the floor for the wedding dance. On the far side of the floor, you see the owner of the tavern. She's a stout old lady dressed in sombre black. She watches the festivities with tears in her eyes. Do we approach her and ask where Tipasa the Wanderer may be found, or do we leave the tavern?
Let's leave.
Approach the landlady or leave the tavern?
I'm debating.
I was thinking that, Ralph.
The knobs are out on the estate tonight.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm saying go the landlady. Well, okay, Doc, is that in game terms or in real life? But I'm thinking we ask.
Call of Cthulhu done as a Dr. Seuss book. I haven't seen that. No, is it good?
Who said that? What?
Apparently
Doc, I didn't see that comment. Oh. Let me check it out.
There we go. I'll bring that one up. Check that out. If you find it, send it me. Need something to cheer me up at work tomorrow.
H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu for beginning readers. Call of Cthulhu rewritten in the style of a Dr. Seuss book.
Oh my God, that would be so
quality,
funny.
Quality. Right, it looks like we're talking to her, aren't we? So
yeah, $20 on Chaosium.
Oh right, okay.
Oh, how cars out cruising?
Why do you ask? She replies suspiciously, blinking the tears from her eyes. What business do you have with old Tapasa? He is a friend, replies Banadon, placing a gold crown on the tavern counter. The old woman covers the coin with her hand, her expression shrewd and calculating. Sushilo is old. Her memory has faded with the passing years, she says, waiting expectantly and glancing at Banadon's money pouch. He opens the flap to remove another crown, but the pouch has been emptied by a nimble pickpocket. Sheepishly, he avoids your stare, his face growing redder by the second. 5 gold crowns may refresh my memory, she says, her gaze now resting on you. Do we pay her or don't we?
No, tell her to fuck off and leave.
This is Sushila, though.
How much does she want?
Can I read that? Can I read you that book? Maybe. I've made a note of it.
You might get annoyed with all the rhyming.
No, I'm thinking read the book. Whatever, yeah. Pay her the money.
Pay her the money. Pay her the money or don't pay her the money. Up to you, chat. I'm going to do 3 more minutes on the stream tonight because I've got work again in the morning. I've got to work every weekend, Saturday and Sunday for the next month.
That's
Any Saturdays and Sundays off.
I did that for a year and a half. I would take 1 day off a month. I worked 11 to 11 for 3 years, or 7 to 7, or yeah, I know. Yeah, it sucks. I'd take 1 Sunday off a month, and that was it.
Kick her in the crease.
What? Not in the nuts? Oh wait. Well, you never know anymore. She might have nuts.
Hungar, hello. How you doing?
That's a good
The
one.
very hungry Cthulhu pillar. Oh my days.
I'm going to have to check some of these out. I am going to have to check some of these
John,
out.
just check your WhatsApp if you can.
Okay. I want to say I'm checking to see if the Hungar message is working at all.
Of course it will.
Is it going to work? Boot them in the nuts. There we go. Yes, it's working.
Just wait about 5 seconds. Okay, there you go, John.
Okay, I will check it in a minute because my phone's in my bag, which is down there. Are we paying it? We're gonna pay the money to refresh her memory? Yeah. Okay. We're down to 9 gold crowns. It's okay. We're okay. We're near the end of the book. 326.
Yo, God damn you. Fucking cat. Such an asshole.
Walk along the street to the Duga market. Behind the stables, there's an alley. Tipasa lives there in the house with the blue door. Your stream is coming over way slower than chat. Huh.
The very hungry Cthulhu pillar. Let me check that.
As you make your way through the dancing crowd to the tavern door, you take care to keep both hands on your belt pouch. An embarrassed Banadon follows your footsteps, cursing his misfortune softly under his breath. To continue, turn to 202. So looking for the blue door.
The very hungry Cthulhu pillar is a book and a board game.
Is it? Very hungry Cthulhu pillar.
I fucking love the idea of that, you know. Makes sense why he's eating so much.
Yeah. Blue door. You pass beneath an arch where 2 brass gilded conical towers gleam like gold. Beyond the arch, you discover a marketplace crowded with squabbling merchants, exotic carpets, brightly coloured cloth, and all manner of foods are being bought, sold, and haggled over. The north side of the marketplace is devoted to the auction of dugas. These sleek but noisy desert beasts are being paraded for the benefit of the bidders around a paddock adjoining their green-tiled stables. Just past the stables, a street vanishes away into the carpet weavers' quarter of Ilkaresh. Do we investigate the stables? Do we ask one of the merchants if they know where Tipasa lives? Or do we leave the marketplace along the adjoining street?
I'm going to say ask.
Where did she say it was? Behind the stables?
I don't know. I'm hoping you remembered.
It was in an alley. I remember that with a blue door, but was it behind the stables? I think that's what she said.
Remember? I don't remember.
Let's just ask.
Ask a merchant. Take the alley behind the stables to the blue door. Okay. That's what Halakar says.
A red door and I want to paint it black.
Good tune.
One of their better ones, yes.
Definitely.
Except for Sympathy for the Devil, it's probably their second best tune. Yeah.
I prefer Paint It Black to Sympathy for the Devil.
Either or, you can't go wrong, honestly.
I prefer Guns N' Roses' version of Sympathy of the Devil.
They did
No,
really
you heathen.
No, they did a really good job with that. And there's actually a girl I've been listening to, Violet Orlandi, does a version of it. And you guys honestly ought to start listening to her. Her covers are freaking amazing. But either or, you can't go wrong. Anyhow, again, we get off topic. Yeah, everybody look up Violet Orlandi. You will not be disappointed. She does the Blondie song, Call Me. It's freaking amazing. And I hate Blondie because of my first life, but she does it so well. I listen to it at least 5 times a day.
I saw a cover version of Joy Division, a Joy Division track the other day that I liked. I don't normally like covers of Joy Division songs. Check out No Love Lost, covered by a band called Distillers. Her voice is bonkers.
Hold on, let me grab a pen so I can write it down. Or else I will never remember it.
Brother, you're at a computer.
I like Gimme Shelter. I think Gimme Shelter's a fine tune.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's it's one of the great riffs of all time.
No Love Lost?
No, it's one of the very early Joy Division tracks, No Love Lost. It was written when they were still called Warsaw, and it was released on their first ever EP. And it's the first song they did that gave you an inkling of the sort of sound they would have in the future.
Well, see, the cool thing is if I look stuff up.
May I remind you guys again, I'm 20 years younger than all of you. I grew up in a different era of music.
If I look,
the fact that I like Guns N' Roses is even a miracle because no one in my generation listens to that shit.
Yeah, that is true. I was graduating high school when they were hitting their popularity. But if I look up stuff on YouTube, then it'll automatically boot it over to. There's an automatic playlist. It'll add it to my playlist. So that's kind of cool. So, yeah, I'll definitely look that up.
Jonathan, check your phone.
I don't check my phone. I don't have it on me.
Oh, damn it.
I probably spilled beer on it.
Yeah, my beer glass is empty.
I said that in the nicest possible way.
Right. So we're on 4 for stables, 2 for asking, none for street. Any other votes? 4 for stables, 2 for asking, none for street.
I was for asking, I do believe.
Yeah, you were one that ones I ticked for asking. Yeah, yeah.
Have you counted my vote as stables?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Ugh.
Go see the horses then. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Stables it is then.
Right. There's the asshole.
Hold on, I need to remove that. Hello, church.
Now he's being a butthead. Little attention whore. He's
When
my
you
attention whore.
oh,
Well, it's his house, don't you know?
It is, and he knows it. Believe me. My dog weighs 110 pounds and is afraid of my 10-pound cat.
when you enter the stables, you're overpowered by the smell of the Dugas. You grit your teeth and cover your nose with your robe. A small boy sniggers at your reaction and says, "You're not Ikarishi, I can tell." He mimics your grimace, exposing a jagged row of broken front teeth. "Do you know where Tipasa the Wanderer lives?" asks Banadon, holding up a silver ring. The boy's eyes nearly pop out of his head at the sight of gleaming silver. "Oh, yes, yes, I do indeed," he stammers in his excitement. "Walk up the street and take the first passageway on your left. The old wanderer lives at the house with the blue door." Banadon flicks the ring into the air and the urchin catches it in his grubby hands. You hurry away from the stables and begin your search for the passageway. Just as you find it, you hear the young boy shriek with disappointment. The seemingly silver ring has just dissolved on his finger. At the end of this rubbish-strewn alley, you find a house with a blue door.
Nice.
Manfred has arrived. Hello, Manfred.
Oh, it's Manfred.
At least Connor is spelled correctly.
Can you take a break?
What, where, what? Yes.
And that's not an insult, Manfred, because that's how my son's name is spelled.
It's meant to be spelled double O, double N. Right. This is going to be the last one I read tonight. Sorry, Manfred has just joined.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I gotta go. My daughter's boyfriend showed up with his new Harley Davidson and wants to show it off to me. So
All
Okay.
right, cool.
No problem.
I'll see you guys. Well, I think you should have. I don't like Harleys, but I gotta be nice. So
Yeah. Maybe you get a player.
I'd rather have a BSA, a Triumph, or a BMW, honestly. But I'll talk to you, some of you guys in the morning.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be in the game
Take
tomorrow.
care, Dan.
All right. Night.
See ya. So this is the last one I read tonight. For those who don't know, on Saturdays we play OSE. Sometimes have a double session of OSE. And we have a double session planned tomorrow. I believe Jean is running the early session and I'm running the evening session. So if anybody wishes to join in, we'll be playing some old school essentials on the Discord. And it's a drop-in, drop-out game. Old school style. No fuss, no frills. We don't stream it. It's just a relaxed game. No one gives a shit about your role playing. It's just chill out with mates, roll some dice, kill some monsters, find some loot, and just have a laugh. That's all it is. That's all it is on a Saturday afternoon. We don't care. It's not a serious game in the slightest. But I'll be running the late session. So
What is it? 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. UK time?
UK time, it's 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Yeah. But hello, Justin. But the starting time, the first session often overruns. We often spend a little bit of time gas bagging. Not everyone's always ready. It's that sort of thing. It's very, very relaxed. No, you need to roll your own characters, Draw Piglet, but it takes about 5 minutes. It's really, really quick. Really, really quick. 3d6 down the line. Very simple. So anyone who wants to play, just join in. Just join in, and we'll help you if need be.
If I can do it, anyone can fucking do it. So
Yeah, absolutely. But Gene's running the afternoon game starting 2 p.m. UK time, and I'm running the evening game planned for about 7 o'clock. But my weekends are very, very busy at the moment. Thankfully, tomorrow should be okay. So I can't guarantee I'll start at exactly 7. It will see. We're down 2 members of staff at work. Rare. Right, this is the last one I'll read tonight, and then we'll you can drop in an hour late. That's absolutely fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. I mean, I'm at
it's
work.
drop in, drop out, as and when,
I'm
we
at
all
work
have
when I
check
play.
so.
I manage a shop, and I have my computer set up at the back of the shop with a microphone. And if a customer comes in the shop, I have to get up and go and serve them away from the game. Doesn't matter. Thank you, Manfred. Thank you, Manfred.
Yeah, I was going to do that Halakar. Nice one.
There is no reply to your first knock. You're about to knock again when the door opens a few inches, and the red-rimmed eyes of an old woman stare out from the darkness. Banadon, she exclaims, her voice hoarse and shaky. Thank the gods it's you. She ushers you both inside and quickly locks the door. The house is sparsely furnished, and what little that is there is either damaged or completely destroyed. They have taken him, Banadon. They have taken my husband. The men with the faces of the dead 10 days ago. They came like shadows in the night. She breaks down, her frail body racked by sobs. Banadon comforts her as best as he can, but you sense that he shares her bitter loss. The Dracarim have taken Tipasa. Of that there is little doubt. By now they'll have made him tell everything he knows about the Tomb of the Margin. We will find him, I promise, says Banadon, wiping the tears from the old woman's face. But you must try to help us if you can. Tipasa always kept a diary of his travels. Do you have it still? A flicker of hope shines in the old woman's eyes. Yes, it is here. He told me to hide it in case the evil men came for him. She kneels at an empty fireplace and prizes a loose brick from the chimney. A leather-bound book drops from its hiding place into her hand. She gives it to Banadon, who studies its yellowed pages, his face lined in thought. You notice that the book is full of cryptic symbols, numbers, calculations, and pictograms. Picture a book. They are drawn by the night stars, says Banadon, tracing his finger along the astronomical drawings. They hold the secret, I know, but without my star charts we cannot hope to find the tomb. We must return to the Sky Rider at first light. There I shall be able to make some sense of this book. And that is where we will finish. So we start next week at 331, and I believe that will be the culmination of this book. Pretty sure we're coming to the end of it. So
sounds like it.
That'll be next week's stream. I've got to get to bed. Cliffhanger indeed, Mercurius. Cliffhanger indeed. So yeah, I've got an half hour longer than usual tonight, but not to worry. The wife and daughter are out, so who cares? So I can have half hours extra streaming. I'm going to go to bed very soon though, because work has been hectic. Did I tell you what had happened at work? I have, haven't I? We've lost a
told
member of
me.
staff.
Yeah.
We lost a member of staff a couple of months ago because she was stealing, so we binned her. Then the part-time member of staff at our other shop said he'd fill in her hours, and then he got an inheritance because his grandfather passed away earlier in the year. And as soon as it appeared in his account, his wife spent it on a trip to Turkey to get gastric band surgery and told him he was going with her. Did you all hear that?
Yeah.
His wife spent his inheritance because she can't be asked to lose a bit of weight, and then said, "You're coming with me." Told him the date, and it's the date when the manageress of that shop is on holiday. So he can't have that week off. He's already covering for a missing member of staff that week. So he quit instead. Rather than say no to his wife and say,
Sounds like a divorce to me.
yeah. It's like, what? She basically spent it on a rubber band to go around her stomach to make her stomach smaller, because she's a lazy ass who stuffs her face all day and leaves her husband and a 17-year-old eldest daughter to look after all the kids because she can't cope. But she claims she can't cope.
I'm sure she'd be able to cope if she didn't stuff her face so much.
Yeah.
Must be hard to run around after kids if you're however big.
She's not that big. They've got 4 of them. One's hers, one's his, and 2 are theirs.
Right.
But apparently she leaves almost everything, gives all the housework and cooking to her daughter to do. A 17-year-old daughter. She can't be asked. The dangers of a joint account right there, folks. Indeed. And tapeworms are indeed much cheaper and guaranteed to work. It's just the flight to Africa to get the tapeworm that's the issue.
What do you mean? Just undercook some pork, you're fine.
Well, yeah, you could do that. Yeah. She's wonderful, Mercurius. She's wonderful. It's not the first time she's tried to stop him working. And she's, whenever we've asked to talk to him about work and whatever, she's always accompanied him to the shop. We've had to tell her to get out because she can't bear to be possibly talked about. She's caused problems with him working for a while. He's a nice guy. He's just weak. That's the problem. He's just very weak.
No, earthworms are not the same thing at all.
No, sadly not. Otherwise, moles would be the slimmest creatures on the planet. So that's what they eat, earthworms.
I mean, what? I don't want to talk shit about someone that I don't even know, but what kind of person spends someone's entire inheritance on one thing for themselves?
A bitch.
It's just, I can't imagine how, man, like, I would flip. Like,
Yeah. I would.
And meanwhile, you've got the opposite end of the spectrum, your wife.
Yeah, I mean, my wife is getting an inheritance soon because, as you all know, her father passed away. She's getting a lot more than Martin got, and I've been pricing up a new computer. She asked me how much the new computer would cost, and they said, "I'll buy you it." And I was like, "Fantastic, thank you."
And that's what a real marriage is, folks.
Yes.
Not that I would know, I've never been married, but that's what I aspire to, you know?
She'll spend it all on role-playing games. Yes. It's basically she's getting half the value of a house. That's my wife's inheritance. So, and houses over here aren't cheap. So
You could say that again.
She'd rather have a father. It is as simple as that.
Yeah, of course.
But she's not going to say no to a 6-figure sum. which is half the value of the house, shared between her and her brother. And for her to do with what she chooses. £200 million. I wish. But
A few extra zeros on there would have been nice, yeah.
But she's going to put a lot of it into a pension because she gave up work when she had the kids and didn't go back to work full time until a couple of years ago. She was working part time for a long time and hasn't. And the way our pensions work is you've got to pay about 20 years worth of national insurance into the national insurance scheme to be guaranteed a full state pension. So I think she's just gonna pump a lot of that money in there to ensure she has a pension.
Yeah, it's just like an early retirement fund, if anything.
Yeah.
Which is a good way to use it, you know.
I mean, she loves working now. She works with kids and she loves the job anyway, so she can keep doing that without the worry now. So she's only been full time for the last 2.5, 3 years. It wasn't really until both of the kids were at the age where you can trust them with keys. I think my lad was about 13, 14 when she went full time, and Holly was 17. So as soon as we can trust him with his own house key and not to burn the house down when he got home, make himself a piece of toast or something, then she went to work. Are the kids young geeks? They're not into role-playing games. So they'll play board games, they'll play video games, but they're not into role-playing games.
There's always a chance, John.
Yeah,
I didn't start till last year when I was 28, so
they might come around to it. So they're 20 and 17 now.
God, yeah, you can't even say you got two teenagers anymore.
No. The daughter's 20. Bloody hell.
Crazy.
Disown them. Get out the door. Make your own way in life. Be gone. Yes, play RPGs or leave. But no,
it's like if my kids weren't video gamers, I'd be a bit upset, but it is what it is, right? But inwardly, I'd be like, you fucking little bastards, why?
Yeah. But I mean, they're both a bit nerdy. I mean, they're both good achievers at school. They're both capable of going on to university. Holly turned down a university place in order to get to do her apprenticeship, and she'll have a degree when she finishes her apprenticeship. So
it's worked out better that way, I think.
It's worked out better.
On-the-job experience is way more valuable.
Yeah. It's a 5-year apprenticeship. She'll have a degree at the end of it, and she'll be on a really good wage at that time. And she'll be 23 on a good wage. She'll be able to afford to move out if she chooses because the wage is that good. So,
but if she's smart, she'll stay at home and she'll save that money, and then get something even better in the future.
The thing is, Mercurius, when we had the kids, I wasn't back in playing RPGs. I played from 1983 to 1992, and then sort of drifted away from playing them, and then finished university. Lived in squalor for a couple of years until I got a decent job. Moved to a new city. Well, moved to a city where my parents live. Started renting a place and just threw myself into my job. Met my wife. Bought a house. That was all around 1998, 99, 2000. And I didn't get back into RPGs till about 2011, 12. So I've only been back in the hobby for the last 12 years or so. But I've just gone in feet first. The main reason I came back to RPGs is I needed something to fill my time with, because I was running out of. I was doing motorsport, and I was running out of money. With motorsport, And even with spending a bit of money on role-playing games, it's so much cheaper than driving a rally car. So much cheaper.
And less life-threatening.
I was never under any real threat. 90 miles an hour through the forest?
What do you mean? That one story you told me you were driving around the edge of a cliff with no railing or whatever the fuck it was.
And? I was
Are you
in control of the
shitting
car.
me?
I was in control of the car. That's all that matters.
I wouldn't even be in the fucking car.
That's the one where my navigator screeched at me, "John, you mad bastard!" as I went round a corner just without using the brakes. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
We want you alive, geek. It's good. Stick with role-playing games.
Justin, I mean, having seen what some of my gaming group scoff while we're playing, I can imagine they run up a big takeaway bill. I'm a little bit careful about what I eat nowadays. I don't want to get as big as I was a few years ago, and I am trying to shift a bit of weight again to get back towards my judo fighting weight. I won't get back there. I know I won't ever get back down to 160 pounds of my judo weight. I won't get back to that. I'm about 175 at the moment, but I was 185 around
I'm
Christmas.
160.
So I was about 185 pounds around Christmas. I'm down to about 175 now. So, but 160 was my judo fighting weight. I doubt I'll achieve that again. But yeah, I'm quite careful. Plus, I've got all my food issues. So, yes, he's got a seatbelt him on. Yeah, you're safe in the car. I'm in control.
Yeah, the seatbelt's not going to help when you go flying off the cliff.
I only ever rolled it once, and we bounced onto our wheels and kept going. Anyway,
if anything, you need a fucking parachute to help you with that one.
If I lost 6 stone, I'd be dead.
Wow, you must be feeling quite good then, I'm assuming.
What's that? Ralph?
No, Ralph.
Yeah, if he's lost 6 stone, I'd imagine he would.
I mean, half a stone on average a month is so impressive.
Yes, that's good. That's good. I went down about 2 stone when I did judo to come down to a decent fighting weight. Yeah, lactose intolerance is shit. Lactose intolerance is shit. And unfortunately, I have been getting stomach aches again, and I'm almost certain it's spice that's done it. The last bellyache I had last night was towards the end of the stream on Wednesday night. There was a bit when I sat back behind and let people talk for a while on Wednesday, and the only thing I could think of that caused it was the fact that I had a spicy ketchup on my meal.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah. Yep. I'll have to see. But it was only about 5 minutes. It wasn't it wasn't a lactose type stomach ache, but it was still that sort of feeling. And I was sort of about 5 minutes just sort of back here thinking, go away. And I was just letting you all talk for a while. So yeah, for me it was judo, Ralph. It was judo that helped me lose the weight. And I'm currently on a diet where I'm allowing myself the odd beer, but 3 nights a week I'm having no carbohydrate with my evening meal. A standing desk? Yeah, my knees wouldn't like that. My back wouldn't like that. I've got
Yeah, no,
back.
me neither. Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment, I mean, I'm losing. I've lost the weight simply by having no carbohydrates with my evening meal 3 nights a week. That's it. That's all I've done. I eat sensibly, and 3 nights a week, my evening meal is just chicken and veg or fish and veg. That's it. No pasta, rice, or potato.
It's just like you're fighting again, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's my phone going. Right. I think that's the wife ringing. So I'm going to have to go, chaps. Thank you, Iman. Thank you, Daniel. Check out
Thank you,
Iman's
John.
Iman's streams.
Yes,
And,
please do.
And I'm going to head off. Right. Thank you, everybody in chat. Cheers, all. I've got to shoot.
Good night, all. Speak to you soon.
Good night. Good night. Good night.